This country's what I love.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm Baxter and Johnny Rob.
We're here
from Casino Guitars saying hello. Happy day. Johnny just got back from Florida, Bama.
Florida-Bama. Can't say the whole word. Florida-Bama. It's the line. It's right there. It's like an adult wonderland.
It's something special.
It's true. There are kids there too, but
it's before we even get started though, just a special heartfelt sadness for Taylor out there from the Foo Fighters and his family. All of our hearts are with you. I'm not a drummer, but he was the one drummer that of like modern era that really inspired me to love music. And like his energy, we call him like the 50-year-old child. He's
very infectious. Like it seemed like he just always happy and full of joy and just loved what he was doing.
Because someone said like, why are you guys upset about it? It's just the drummer. I'm like, but he's not just the drummer.
Yeah.
He was something different, something special, and just, hats off to his career and his legacy and what he left behind.
Yeah.
Now diving right into it, why you're all here. Just because all 150 of you might have been watching the Academy Awards with me last night.
You were definitely the only one. So you saw the crime happen in real life.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that slap that made things across the world. But no, the idea of award shows. I mean, there's the Grammys, there's the Golden Globes, there's the Academy Awards, the Oscars, whatever you want to call it. A whole plethora, the BAFTAs, the British ones, the European ones. Is there a place for them today anymore? What do you think? I mean, that could just be the video and it's over. No, because that was originally my thought. Like when I started sort of prepping the idea of this video last night after I finished watching the Academy Awards. It was a hard. Should
have died 10 years ago.
No, I mean I was like, but then like I slept on it and I woke up this morning and I was like, no, there are maybe some reasons and it's not what you think. Of like why it should maybe go on. Like maybe I'm still working out these ideas, and as many of you who are out there know, we're working them out on camera as we go.
We haven't actually talked. It's usually we chat for at least a second. We haven't really chatted about this. I got some ideas about this.
I wanted to kind of keep my ideas to the chest so Johnny gets on, because I knew he was going to be like, no. I figured that would be, because that was my gut. I was like, no, there doesn't need to be, because it's so boring, and we're watching extremely wealthy people talk about like this how like their life is and how hard it is to be an actor and the craft of making this.
The struggles.
And when Amy Schumer was like, and guys, give yourselves a hand. Like you made movies during the hardest time in like history during the pandemic. I was like, I almost wanted to throw up at that little line there too.
Well, see, and that's what I think the problem is, right? It's so self-serving right now. And it's so like the movies, like particularly the Oscars. All the movies that win, I am just a dumb redneck. I've never heard any of these movies.
Good news is though, Dune did win a bunch though, which was awesome.
I didn't even know because I didn't care. But I mean,
Dune won.
That's awesome.
Like
that is awesome.
Effects and
that makes me happy. But I feel like it used to be a spectacle, right? And like it was cool, and you saw these people, these movie stars that you thought were cool, and there was music, and now it's just like, eh.
Well, the pandemic obviously changed everything.
Sure.
But it was even happening pre-pandemic. The ratings have been dipping for years. We're talking about the Academy Awards and the Grammys. It's tricky because record sales aren't what they used to be. It's not the same way, but as they've dipped, it's like the audiences that goes to the movies that used to always be younger people, like would go see movies, and like they're not consuming movies in the same way. And for the Academy Awards to survive, I think it has to radically transform itself.
Yes.
Because last year's ratings were the worst they ever had. The ratings are coming out on this one still. This felt sort of like a redo of like stuff from 20 years ago.
Okay.
Trying to do that, but it's like it almost needs a complete, because we're watching people in evening gowns and ball gowns, and they're trying to make it it's just this weird thing, and I don't know, like the part that. Go ahead, you're gonna say.
Well, I think, and not. We don't do political, so not to be political. I do think there's a weird time in our country, and especially the pandemic made this like really true. People are polarized, and I think a lot of people are disenchanted with the idea of these celebrities who are like, telling us what to do, and there's at least a large chunk of the country who is like, F you celebrity. You know what I mean? I mean, there just are. So I think that's really changed that dynamic.
Well, the part that I sort of there was a few messages that were like kind of like. It was all positive when they got on their sort of little political soapboxes, and that was like the thing I sort of started. I slept on. I thought about it, and I was like, it does. if they could speak to like the youth again that do feel like the misfits in high school, that want like I don't fit in. Like there is a place for you in the world, and it's this strange little bubble of make believe and Hollywood, and
that's cool. That's true. You know,
and it might that sort of got me excited. There's some moments where they really took a stance on the war in Ukraine.
Okay,
which was like a very positive, like just trying to like make points. It wasn't as much soapboxery as I've seen. They really cut down a bunch of the fat, but
that's good.
They tried to. The funniest joke was when like they were talking about the Lucille Ball movie, and they're like, "How did you make a movie about the most famous funny woman in history and not have it be funny at all?" It's not amazing. There were no jokes in the movie. It's like about Lucille Ball, but then like we saw like the slap that shook the world with Will Smith, and
I mean that's worth it right there.
But those are the moments, and that like that. I don't even want to get into the dynamics of that.
Bad decision making.
But that's the stuff you don't expect to see, because I think Will Smith's like I love his movies.
Right. The part that sucks for Will Smith is, I don't know what was going through his brain, but I think it is most assuredly backfired, because there were all these things that are not necessarily good things that I didn't know about Will Smith that's happened in his life. Either. Then I was just like, what happened? They did what on the talk show? So that was horrible. Yeah, I imagine lots of people.
I would have preferred not to have ever heard that. I didn't learn that until this morning, until the guys, and we were having our meeting, and they're like, no, but did you know this? I'm like, I don't want to know this.
I just want to picture Will Smith as like, Men in Black Will Smith.
Yeah, that's who he is. Or next, or after Earth, or whatever that was.
All those things. He's amazing.
I kind of enjoyed that movie more than I should have.
Yeah. What's the one with the Wild West or whatever? Remember that one?
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
With Kenneth Branagh, who won Best Screenplay, I think, original screenplay for Belfast, which I do want to see that. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen hardly any of these movies. I was like, dude, yes.
Well, how does this translate in your brain to the Grammys? Like when we're talking about like music award shows, do you feel the same about them? Because I do have, and I'm sure that we're biased, but I have little different feelings about like that versus,
I feel like the CMAs are almost still like the most connecting to their fan base in some ways, like the Country Music Awards.
I feel like there's some truth to that, right? Because people in Nashville go, and it's kind of cool. I always felt connected to those because I would like know guys in the house band, at least be like acquainted to them. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, so and so that I know is like,
and that is one genre of music, really specific.
And that was always their criticism, was like, oh, you're bringing in all these people that aren't country, but that's the age old. What's country?
Well, what do you think? What about the Grammys? You think they still have a place?
I don't know. It seems like, at least for the awards, they're not quite as out of touch. Like, the things that win are actually popular songs.
That's a great point.
So at least there's that. Like there's maybe some weird, like, quantifiable, okay, this song sold a bazillion copies. Well, it was number one for 97 weeks.
It's all streaming now. Obviously, so it's a whole different, like it used to be. I love the days when you could track it, like, oh, this one's gone platinum, this one's gone gold, this one's diamond. It's 10 million. And
I do feel like the Grammys are an actual show. Like, you know what I mean? You get a ton of music, you get a ton of performances, you have these cool moments. Like, I think back to like, Justin Timberlake and like Chris Stapleton, right? You have these moments like that you're like, wow, we wouldn't see this normally. That stuff's cool to me.
It is. You forget like that is stuff that doesn't happen when these artists are touring. They can't they have these lives, and like you're in front of millions of people. So it's still useful. I think they still need to modernize everything. They're like working on a format that is like 80 years old. It feels like
well, it is. I mean,
as far as like, here's the awards, we're having dinner and drinks and clap for both of them, and like we'll have a few wows but I don't know. There has to. I want them to get the youth involved again,
right?
Because like I watched it almost as a study in stamina. Like I was trying to get through. I was like, oh God, can I do it? I don't know if I can do it.
Can I stay up?
This is because it's just it's so boring.
We'll do like those, like in like for music particularly, right? Like, do those awards mean anything in like a streaming world?
Like, do you stream? Do you get more streaming?
Well, just like does it really? Like if you, I mean, I don't know. I always thought growing up, man, winning a Grammy would be like
the thing,
amazing, like life made kind of thing. Does it mean as much anymore? I'm not sure. It's kind of weird.
If it does. I think maybe they sit in the history boxes a little bit in a good way. Like if you win an Academy Award, like I'm an Oscar winner. I felt sort of bad for some of the artists winning things last night because like so many people had not seen these movies and never will.
Yeah. And
I don't have any interest in seeing a large percentage of them, unfortunately. And that's where it's sort of taken away the power of the Academy Award to the masses, like us, that like watch it. To me, I could be completely wrong, as I am about a lot of things, but I don't know.
Yeah, no. For whatever reason, the Oscar thing just feels stuffy now. Like when you've Oscar-winning actor probably means I've never seen you in anything. Where it used to mean you were in these great blockbusters, right? But Grammy Award winning still means something. I'm like, oh wow.
I still have like a hard feeling like when, I think it was 1999 when Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan for Best Picture. It's that some of these things just don't make sense.
Travesty. that really is ridiculous.
Because like you don't realize like behind the scenes when these guys are fighting for Oscars and Academy Awards, whatever, there's a campaign where they're pitching to all the Academy Award voters who aren't like in some little room. They're all across the country. And like they're sent out like the downloads or like it used to be like the DVDs and it used to be the VHSs. And you get to advance screen the movie and you vote.
That's right, yeah. It should be kind of fun.
But it is. There's a campaign. They spend tons of money. They send the stars out to go like campaign. And so it's politics a little bit. And it's not a true voters type of, you know.
So there's some, I mean, everything like that. I mean, anybody who's ever been in a Battle of the Bands or like a talent show knows that everything really at the end of the day is popularity contest. Almost, you know what I mean? There's always that element of how much money did you have to spend, how many people are your friends. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna keep watching them just because I think some of us have to hold tight. So it's like I got myself and like 1,300 other people are watching each night when it comes out. I'm gonna make you guys do it one time.
So you're saying you're gonna saddle the old dinosaur till it drops dead? Ride that dinosaur.
I'm riding it to the grave, but I'll do it proudly because I'm an idiot.
I'm fine with that. I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna try. It's almost like a badge of honor at this point.
I mean,
it's, a really lame, weak badge of honor. But let us know your thoughts on.
And you love movies so much. You know so much about movies. So if you feel that way, I can only imagine what. Yeah.
No, it's hard. Because I remember I used to do the betting thing. Like you know, we'd have it's like the Final Four. Like you have your brackets for like you know.
We used to do that all the time. No, we didn't.
I did with my lame friends. But no, we have like Oscars parties and that.
Just like fantasy football. It's the same.
I did actually. I was watching the Final Four games this weekend too. Yeah. Like, loved watching that Wii team from Jersey just like kicking tail all the way until UNC shut them out.
Happens.
And then Duke like just crushed Arkansas, which was a conflicted game for me too because I am a Duke fan, but I'm also an Arkansas fan, and that was a very.
Because your dad is Arkansas, right?
He played at Arkansas in football.
That's right.
Yeah. He was a baller, footballer. So, but that was fun. So it was going from like watching this. I forgot how much fun watching like NCAA.
It's a lot of fun.
Because I haven't done it like in years. It feels like.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is like really fun. So maybe that won't take over the Academy Awards. You still have to do that. Let us know your thoughts.
Is that it?
Are these dinosaurs that, or can we ride them back into relevance? I think we can bring them back, like Jurassic Park. Like we can bring them back. And
they didn't think to ask if they should. They were so concerned if they could.
That's such a good quote. It's so good.
But still. All right, hit like and subscribe. Click that bell so you don't miss
and the thumbs up.
Well, that's right. That
makes us feel better. We need that sometimes. Because we are idiots.
Unless you're on your computer and you don't have a touch screen, then you have to like click on it. But probably not. So anyways. See you next time.